peoples, it's me Gabrielle, aka your girl fabgogg, back at it again with another YouTube redraw speed paint.
Good evening.
Today we are going to be redrawing Seth. So this I did in 2021 when I didn't have my story fully figured out, but I was just brainstorming. I had a lot of religious elements in this part of the story and this version of the story, I guess. And the art, well, it's questionable, but if you turn it around,
oh my god, what is that? Oh my god, what is that?
It's definitely a little rough, even though it was only like 2 years ago, maybe almost 3 years ago now. But yeah, so I have my reference, I have the old art, and we're getting right into the sketching process. So for this video, I wanted to talk about the old plot and ideas that I had for this story because, woo, they were something. I thought I was going somewhere with it, but I wasn't because I was working on it over the summer of 2021 and I was really trying to make it work and it just wasn't. So I was basing this story off of the individual character arcs that I had for Jace, Iggy, and Seth, and I was trying to make it work. Seth, since this speed paint is about Seth, he was supposed to get possessed by the devil. That was the original plan that I had for him. And like I said before, there were a lot more religious elements in this story. I didn't really realize the flaws that I had in it at the time because I was like, oh, this is great. This is just connecting all of my stories. And I also threw in some random crazy dream stuff that I had at the time. And this is all going to work out. It's going to be great. So Seth was supposed to get possessed by the devil. And I was like, okay, I don't want it to be just like, oh, Lucifer or oh, Hades. So I looked up, I think it was not Greek mythology, because Greek mythology is Hades, but I think it was Latin mythology or something, or maybe it was the mining god of something, Greek or Latin or something, maybe Roman. Yes! Dispater. So if you slap those two words together and you add an A at the end, that's where Dispatera comes from. So I still kept some of the roots for my old storyline and plot ideas in this new one, as in like the name of the country, because it just really stuck with me and I was like, okay, this is cool. I'll just make it seem like Seth's great whatever grandfather was really into Latin mythology, I guess. Seth was supposed to get possessed by the devil, and with his two different colored eyes, that was to show the duality of his character, and it was a Jekyll and Hyde situation where he was trying to get it out of whatever was in him out of him, and that's why he has all the scars that he has, whether they be self-harm scars or just the devil himself trying to get out of him. I don't know. It was just, it came along with his character design. And since I've had Seth since 2019, of course I didn't have him all figured out at that time because I was like, oh, fun character. He looks like a TikTok e-boy. Let me make him.
My heart. I loved her. Wah.
So I have kept some of his character design elements consistent, and I also tied them into where we are now with the story and what I have worked on. However, I will say, without spoiling anything, I shifted the old storyline in a way that all fits into place and it all works and it makes a lot more sense. So originally it was supposed to be in like modern day America and like modern day world. And then while I was writing this, I realized I was like, okay, with all the stuff that's happening and all, like, this is a brand new country and brand new territory. Everyone's mixing. There's so many mixed people. There's a lot of culture going on. And I didn't want religion to be like a huge thing in the story because I was like, what would happen if religion and culture was, or like race, wasn't really something that started conflict or something that was an excuse for conflict? Here I am going with my international relations major brain, trying to be all academic, but trust me, I'm not. I wanted to take away those elements and just base it solely off of class, because I feel like the whole race and religion thing has been done time and time again, and we see it nowadays happening in real life, but I wanted to kind of, I mean, it's fiction, so realistic fiction, say thriller fiction post-apocalyptic. That's what we're going for. dystopian novel. And since I created it with my brain, I was like, you know what, I am the god of this story, so I could do whatever I want, and I'm going to make religion and race not that big of a deal and just have it based on class and whether or not you have money. So that's how I got the current plot that we're working with today. In the lore videos, I brought up the cathedral and how it used to be occupied by Catholic colonizers. I don't know how else to say that, but the religion didn't really catch on in Dispatera. I don't know how fond I am of that concept anymore, because I did make those videos the beginning of this year. Yes, that's weird. I made them at the beginning of this year. There's already so much that has changed about the plot from the beginning of this year. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, so that's kind of changed. It's more so just a relic of time, I guess. The cathedral itself, religion is still practiced, but it's not criminalized or looked down upon or anything. People just kind of stay away from it. People are just kind of out of it, and you know, they have the mindset, okay, you can believe whatever you want, but I'm not going to discriminate against you if you are a certain race, if you are a certain go by a certain religion, if you are a certain color or whatever. Like this doesn't matter in my story, because it's a little too real. So I just wanted to again focus on the class aspects of it. Speedpaint turned out a lot better than I was expecting it to. The difference, number one, in coloring, and number two, just anatomical accuracy and his expression and the lighting and everything. I really outdid myself with this. Even while I was doing this part of the rendering, I was like, oh, look at me go. Look at me go. Look at me doing all this. Look at me slaying. So yeah, usually I hate drawing Seth, but this might be my favorite drawing that I've done of him. And I knew the original drawing was gonna make for a great redraw. I don't even know how I got the idea to do this, but I was feeling crazy and I was feeling dynamic, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna draw something that could be seen in like a pop-up book, like a children's book, a really screwed up children's book. So that's how I got the idea for this. And originally, also in the story, Seth was gonna like not throw up the devil, like go all exorcist, but like he was gonna have to deal with the devil himself and like fight him. And I have drawings of that happening, but I was like, you know what? This is corny. This has been there, done that. I need to think of something new, funky, fresh, and not, because I don't know, religion's also a touchy subject. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just make up stuff and do my own thing and put this story so far ahead in the future that people don't even know what hit them. So like I said in my I think cover drawing video, I mentioned that the story was taking place in 2080. So that's where we are right now. Stuff has, you know, reset, and a lot of norms have changed. So I like the approach that I'm taking this time around. Of course, I'm probably going to look back at it in a couple of years and be like, oh my God, why did I set that up that way? Or why did I do that in that way? Or I wish I could go back in time and change that. But I'm just rolling with the punches and I'm working with what I have. And that's really all you can do at the end of the day. And I am happy with this story. There are a lot of really amazing parts in it. And episode 5 just came out. So number one, go read that. Number two, it is only up from here. Like, it just takes off from this point. So strap in And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the art, and the difference between the two, pretty insane. I have definitely improved over the past 2 years, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching me redraw this. So I will see you in the next video. Ciao, ta-ta, toodles.